Hi, I'm Josh Dela Cruz. I'm the new host of Blues Clues and You. Let's take a look.
It's me, Josh, and this is my puppy Blue. We can't wait to play Blues Clues with you. It's Blues Clues and You. I think they're here somewhere. Let's use the thinking chair. Let's use the handy-dandy notebook and help all our friends. Tickety-tock, slippery soap, shovel and pail, Mr. Salt, Mrs. Pepper.
You'd prepare for the sides, you'd go in for the audition, and then, you just never hear back. I just assumed that I didn't get the part, and then all of a sudden I get this email from my agents, and they were like, yeah, I guess this is still happening a month later. So I went in for my callback, and this time it was for I guess the creatives, producers. There's a larger room, but not dissimilar from an audition. Then I get back home, I get an email saying, hey, they want to test you for the show. This is great. And by the way, here's a video that they sent along too. And it was their video of the search for the new Blues Clues host, and that over 3,000 people had been auditioned. And I was like, oh, that's why. And then I went in for my testing. It was with the green screen. They had me in like a blue t-shirt, which was cool. I went in, I did my sides. The director was amazing. There was a lot of masking and drapes in the room at the time because for sound and light purposes. And the director gives me notes. He's like, oh yeah, Steve, do you have anything that you want to say? And then like emerging from the curtains is Steve Burns. He's like, oh yeah, this is Steve, by the way. And it took me a second to realize, like, Steve, oh my, Steve, hey! And of course I got super nervous, and as soon as he opened his mouth, there's so much depth to his voice that it was like a hug of comfort. And I was like, oh wow. As he was talking to me, I was like, I feel confident. I feel like my self-esteem is boosted. I feel like I belong here, just like he did on the original show.
Yo! So, what's going on?
Well, growing up, representation on television wasn't what it is today. I certainly never saw myself as becoming a film or television actor, just because I didn't really see it. The people that I saw on screen were kind of caricatures of stereotypes, but I never connected with it. So it's never something that was on my radar. And I watched TV a lot. My mom would tell me, you should just be an actor. And I'd be like, no, I'm gonna be a lawyer. I didn't think she realized the gravitas of her words at the time, inceptioning it into my mind that I would later become an actor. Not until I got involved in theater and I learned about Lea Salonga and Lou Diamond Phillips and B.D. Wong and so many other Asian American actors that weren't playing stereotypes, that were playing amazing roles in theater. And I thought, oh, okay, I see myself there. I could do that. And so I never envisioned I would ever become a film, television performer or actor. It was theater, and I love theater. So to be a part of this show is so incredible just because I get to be me. I'm not playing a stereotype. I'm Filipino. I'm a Filipino American, but that is not the meat of the role. And the coolest thing, especially with Halloween having just happened, was that I'll get tagged in posts of kids dressed up as me, which is crazy, Asian or not. Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that when I was getting ready for the audition, I was working on Aladdin on Broadway, and I was very fortunate to have a cast that was like family, and we would help each other rehearse for auditions and things like that. And when they found out that I was auditioning for Blues Clues, the entire time we were just reminiscing about the show and the impact that it had in our lives. And we were laughing and singing and like, oh, do you remember this? Do you remember this? And we just thought it was so cool. And it was at that moment that I realized, like, wow, this show has helped people in such amazing ways. I'm really proud of the creatives and everyone involved with the show is that at its core, it's about helping kids and getting them ready for preschool and kindergarten. And they don't ever want to take any moment for granted. They don't ever want anybody to feel left behind or left out, but also they still want to challenge kids. So I think what was great was learning how to play Blue's Clues with the kids. The best piece of advice that Steve gave me and Donovan imparted on me was that the kid is the expert. You're not talking to them or asking them questions because they're there. They are the leading expert in whatever field it is. And I think that's so important because kids, very rarely, I know I felt that I didn't have a chance to speak up or that my opinions weren't really taken seriously growing up until I became an adult. And so it's really empowering to be able to ask help from a kid.
Play Blue's Clues, of course!
I've learned, and I hope that kids and further generations will learn, no matter their skin, gender, or whatever social background you come from. Just because you don't see it and it hasn't been done doesn't mean that it can't be you. And don't shut yourself off to those, don't close those doors, because you could be the person opening those doors. So I'm super, super honored to be part of this show, and I think it's really cool that kids are dressing up like me.
It's Blue's Clues and You.
Blue's Clues and You, the brand new series coming this November to Nickelodeon.